You can. This camera is not working.
But now, it's just off.
No, we have to log out of the call. Log out of the call and come in. It's
Okay, so let's continue while we try to solve. Okay, huh? What was it? All right. As I said earlier, how many of us have not uploaded before in the media common?
can we all mute our mics?
Mike? But okay, this you are the one that
I'm not sorry. The miracle of your.
Okay. So, as I said, this session is to prepare us ahead of the Wiki Loves Africa 2026. As you all know, this is right and rituals. So we are having this session today to prepare us ahead of tomorrow, which is the commencement of the campaign program. So the campaign will run from the 1st of March and through the 30th of April. And that is why we are here. So we are here to highlight some of those things that we need to look at and what we should expect from our community and from our members. So whether you have contributed before or not, I think you will also see how it is being done. So as easy as that. So again, thank you very much. And for those who have been contributing for the folklore, Wiki Loves Folklore, we see what you do and we appreciate everything you are doing. So we will just be taking us through the meta page, of the campaign. So if you are familiar with how to navigate through meta page, so this is where we are today for this program. Once you get to the Tyap Community's page, main page here, so let's just take it over again. I need to share my screen.
So the camera is good.
So let me just share my screen so that we can see how this thing is. Yes. So for you to get to the page, the landing page, all you need to do from here now, it will be advised for you to navigate through the Tyap Community user group meta page by just typing Tyap Comedians on your Google Chrome, which is the recommended one for us. So Tyap Comedians is our group. Once you click the first one there, you see Tyap Comedians is our group, uh, Meta Wiki. So you click on it, and it will bring you here. So this is our main interface, our main meta page. So from here now, just navigate your way through the project, event, and meetup. Project, event, and meetup. So once you are there, you click on it. So from here, you just scroll down till where you see our events here, stated Wiki Loves Africa 2026 in the tab community. So this one is being written under plant activities, but then officially it will be moved from tomorrow to this place to reflect the ongoing program that is going on. As you can see from here, the program starts from first Sunday, 1st of March to Friday, 30th of April. So it's going to take 2 months for this campaign to be going. Now, this is it. This is the main page. So from here, as you can see, it says Wiki Loves Africa 2026 in the Tyap community. So this one now is what you are seeing here. For those of us who are familiar with the uploads, this title here is our main category for this campaign. For those of us who are familiar with it, this title here that I highlighted, this one is our main category for this campaign. So whenever you are making upload, when you come to category, make sure that this one is reflected there in that category. So moving on, it started Wiki Loves Africa 2026. So by scrolling down, you can see the Wiki Loves Africa 2026 March to April takes images under the theme Rites and Rituals for Wikipedia and Win. So this is a campaign. It's a contest where participants who will upload images can be able to win a whole lot of prizes. So it is something that is being done annually. This is an annual campaign that is being done. So it is advised that whenever we are to take images or take photograph or picture of anything, we have to be intentional about it. We don't just go because if you want to be part of the campaign, then you must prepare for that. Because we have a whole lot of people who are there, who are contributing, and they are part of the whole campaign. So advise that okay, for everything you need to do, every step, by precision. You need to be intentional about images that you are snapping. Not just go and do just and be snapping picture. So it is important we have that very clear. Now let's look at it properly. Now the Wiki Loves Africa is an annual contest where anyone across Africa can contribute media related to the year's theme to Wikimedia Commons for use for Wikipedia and other Wikimedia projects. So these images that we're snapping on, we are not just snapping and no, we are snapping them so that these images can be used for Wikipedia articles. You know, there are some Wikipedia articles you go, you read about, but you cannot find content or you cannot find image to actually add spices to the article. So why we this campaign is ongoing is to make sure that we have full of those images to select add to the Wikipedia articles that we are creating. All right. So this is why the campaign is also important for us. And then Wikiloves Africa encourages participants to contribute media that's photograph, video, and audio that illustrate the specific theme for that year. So every year there is a theme for every year. So for this year's theme, is rights and ritual. So you go, you make documentary, you make videos, you create even audios, snap images related to this particular theme of each day's campaign. So if you do anything contrary to this, your image will just be there, appreciate the image, but it will not be qualified to win any prizes. So we have to be careful about that one as well. So each year the theme changes. Each year's theme is chosen by the community to be universal, visually rich, and culturally specific topic. For example, market, rite of passage, festivals, public activity, natural history, humanity, daily life, notable persons, it is everybody can participate. So with all of this, example, Look at it here, there's one highlighted. If you look at this example properly, you know that okay, with all of this now, you have one thing or two to contribute. If you are not there in the market to see what the market people are doing, like look at those the flyer there, you see the image down, reflect daily activities in the market, how people do their businesses. And then the second one there, middle one there is talking about our culture, our attires, who we are. That one is reflecting. And then the top one at the top is talking about festivity, all right? Our festival, how we do our celebration. So all of these images just to prepare us to create awareness of how the kind of images you are looking for. So you don't go and be looking for celebrities that are not looking for you. You want to snap. Is it known that here is a celebrity? Forget. Feel like a celebrity, right? No, we are celebrities. So you don't just looking at something that is not looking for you. So if you look at the highlight, what I highlighted here, market, rite of passage. So this one can be a lot of from birth to death, rite of passage, right to death. So it is, I say that one. So how the person is, or how the person is like. So we can have visual images of all of this. So, festivals as well, and then public art, cuisine that has to do with our food, what we eat in our home, natural history, history about your people. You can make the comments about this people, upload it there. And then we have the urbanity, urban, talking about the urban now, that's urbanization. This one literally talking about migration, how people move from one place to another, how people make movement or their activities in the urban region, our daily life also, our daily life. You know, there are some people who will just focus about this daily life. They will take these images about how they live their own life or how they, it's all about creativity. How you wake up in the morning, you take your bath, you start moving, your means of transportation, how you get. These are daily lives. The way you eat your food, the kind of food you eat, these are daily lives. So if you focus on that one alone, I think you can be able to meet up with almost everything there. We do go to the market to buy petty things in the market. So while there, you can snap images of those things you are buying. And if you are going there intentionally about this, maybe you can go with a third person or a second person. While you are doing your thing, the person can be taking images of you doing it. If you want to be intentional about it. But you can also go and just focus on what you are there. Take permission from the people and let them know, okay, you are here for this. And then you snap images. So these are just to create awareness of how the whole thing is. And then notable persons. So these notable people can be anyone, people who are well popular, who are known in the society. So you can snap those pictures of those people as well and upload. Now remember, these notable people should have to resist the temptation of going to the social media because their social media handles is just going to be picking their pictures there, coming to dump it on comments. No, it doesn't work like that. So for you to get these images, you have to meet the person in, in real life, right? Snap the person and then upload it on the on comments. So these are examples of how everybody can be a part of this campaign. Some of the things that we need to know and to be a part of it. And then this year, the Tyap Community will participate again because I think we have been participating consistently for the last 4 days. And we are here again. And you are encouraged to submit any photos about right and rituals in central Nigeria between 1st of March and 31st of April 2026. So what this is saying is we have a particular region where we focus our work on, right? You cannot go to somebody's house and start sweeping their own house while your own house is there. So we too, we have a lot of knowledge gap in our region. So we advise participants for this particular one, for you to be eligible to win our own local prizes here in our community. You have to start with because within Southern Kaduna and the central region of Nigeria, central part of Nigeria. So yeah, so we need to take note of that. So even the pictures we may have snapped before now, we can begin to upload officially from tomorrow. So for any image you upload today, it will not count for you as far as this campaign is concerned. So we are having it today to prepare you ahead of which starts officially tomorrow, 1st of March. Now, by submitting your photos to the competition, you share the right and ritual of Nigeria with the rest of the world to enjoy through the internet. Now, we will explain below how the participant and how to participate and what kind of pictures is eligible. So we are going to explain. You are going, please, just give me a moment. Sorry. Okay, sorry about that. Now, we'll look at some of the pictures that will be eligible for this in our local community first. Because whatsoever is being done locally, so it is internationally. If we recognize it locally, nationally it will be recognized as well. Now, looking here now, you see, find inspiration. There are different rites and rituals in the central or middle belt Nigerian area. Find this out. Now, take photos, make as many as good photos as you can. Try different angles. Even if your photo doesn't win a prize, it will still be useful for illustrating articles on Wikimedia or Wikipedia and other systems. So as you are donating these images, while it is important for us to be anticipating something big, it is also important for you to note that the images you are uploading is not 100% guaranteed that okay, as soon as I upload this, it is going to win a prize. So even if it does not win a prize, you should know that that image you are donating is going to help a lot of things. It's going to help to color some articles from Wikipedia articles. A lot of people are going to find those things very useful and very important, and they are going to use them for the good of humanity. So you take those photos as many as you can. So angles also matters in terms of photography. The angles you stand and snap the picture. So you can upload one image from different angles. So the angles you are snapping pictures matters. So you don't snap image facing the sun. Facing the sun. You as the photographer, you have to pass. So the object will be the one facing the sun, while you are backing this with your camera, right? Or smart. For example, the sun is like this, and the object is like this. So it is not advisable to stand like this and snap the object while the object is backing this. I should be the one backing this, and then the object is facing the sun. Am I speaking grammar? I believe you understand what I'm. So as this guy is snapping me, it is believed that the sun is behind him. And me that he's snapping, I'm facing the sun. You understand? Yes, me, object, I'm facing the sun. You that is snapping me, you are touching the sun. So the sun is behind you. Yes.
If you can access project change position are you
That is where angles comes in. You change angles. You change direction. You understand? You change direction so that the reflection of the sun interfere with the object. So that is another way to get quality images, right? So also description. Write down what you photographed, what you snapped. Record the site name, the picture ID, description, and the date of the image. Now, for every image you snap using a smartphone or a digital camera, there is what we call metadata, right? And other information that have to do with that picture. So if you are snapping the picture, the phone or the device automatically capture the date you are snapping, the time. But some will even go as far as taking the project location of, right? So it is important for us to also make sure that those details are there on the picture. Now, there's only one thing to make those details not to be on the picture. One is either your phone is not a smart one, or after snapping the picture, you went and edited the picture using maybe a very strong tool, editing tool, to the point where you get those details. So these are just some of the ways that you can use those information. But for you, for the image to be qualified, those information has to be there. Those information has to be there. So these are some of the rules because every competition there must be rules. If these rules are not there, then nothing will be reflected. Now, upload the commons. Upload the image to Wikimedia Commons between 1st and 30th of April. Between 1st of March and 30th of April. So for those who doesn't have an account with this, they can by clicking on this. If you don't have one already, that is when you are going to create it. If you have an account, you need to create another one because you want to participate in this year's campaign. So one you have all these benefits, as long as you are alive, that campaign, that particular username exists and to remain there for you to use anytime. Okay, so why do you need to participate? Why participate in this campaign? Now, participating in Wiki Loves Africa and help Wikimedia document rights and rituals within our community for preservation. That is why we need to. Now, participating is fun. It is very, very fun. I think let me just say, I will lead one with. We'll go out together, we are going to start those pictures. But for you to be part of my team, you make sure you are smiling very well, right? So if you are not smiling very well, you go a captain. Yes. And if you are not laughing at all, you'll be in and then if you have too much, be in something. So we will have different teams going out because this year is going to be a little bit competition. Before now, a lot of us are used to carrots, but today you go and look for the carrots yourself for this party. So you have to be proactive. People have to go out to the field, get these images, right? So we will go. After all, we have some devices here in the office for those who want to participate. We list those devices. We write just sign an undertaking, provided those devices are safe, and then we release it. We go to the field, get those images, and come back. As far as you are part of the community, so not an outsider get our cameras to go. No, you must be part of the community. Now, by photographing and sharing images of heritage nearby, you can explore more about Central Africa's heritage and learn about it. It is a nice challenge. It's a nice challenge to improve your photography skills. And you can, of course, win some nice prizes as well. So for those of us who are not familiar with basic computer, this is also your chance. As you come before we go, I'm going to show you some basic way how to bend your yes, to snap a picture and how to position, how to take the angles. So this is also part of learning, and that's what we do in the Tyap Comedians. We don't just bring in people, we impact the people with basic skills. And with that, you can use those skills to even pursue advanced skills in that particular part. Now, the national jury will select up to 10 images that will represent the Nenzit region and the central in the international field. So, in this one now, in this campaign, we have local, national, international. Right? This is because we have local, national, international. Now, how do we be part of it? Locally, there are jurists who will review the images. Then they will select the best 10 and then send it to the national. And then the national will review out of those ones and then pick the best 10 to send it to the international. So if you just scale the first stage and move to the next one, the top one, you see you are moving somewhere, right? So it has through the process. But the good news is we have prizes both local, nationally, and internationally, right? So if you win locally, you might be lucky to get nationally and probably internationally. So these are just some of the rules of engagement. So, but this one has to do with the tourists. We want to be communicating with them directly. The tourists from this level one will send to level two to the international level. Okay. So these images will compete for the international award. More information about the international competition is available on the wikilovesafrica.org website. So you can just go there and we'll look at some of the things. And you can also upload images that you have taken already during one of your travels to the national competition or Yes, national competition of that country. So you might have traveled to some places, taking some images, fine images before they are on your device. So once you start reach, that's tomorrow, you can begin to upload those images. So we have a period of 2 months at a stretch to upload images that has to do with this year's theme, rights and rituals. So whether you have snapped them before, they are there on your device, which me personally, I think I have a few which I snapped before that is relating to this year's theme that I'm just waiting for the right time so I can begin to upload. So you too, I believe some of us who have them, you can already access that. So check if your travel doesn't speak for Wiki Loves Africa. Okay, that's just by the way. Now instructions on how to participate. Now the team, right? Invite participants to explore the diverse ways African communities mark important life stage, honor tradition, and express their collective identity through symbolic practices. Now it recognizes that the rituals are central to cultural expression, shaping how individuals and groups connect with their past, present, and future. So that's what the ritual is all about. How do you communicate with your ancestors? How do you deal with the presence? And what are you passing to the next generation? So all of it are things that have to do with the rituals of people. So we still have some of our parents who are still worshiping the idols. I don't know if your grandparents does that, but mine doesn't do that. So, but then it doesn't mean that we don't have people who does. But the campaign is quite diverse. That if we don't meet the demand here, we can meet it there. Now, the scope of the team span a wide variety of ritual expression. Now, rite of passage, for instance, are among the most profound cultural practices. These rituals signify a person's transition from one stage of life to another, including ceremonies such as birth and naming ceremony and naming celebration that welcome new life, initiation, initiation rites, and entry into adulthood, community membership, or new responsibilities, marriage ceremonies that symbolize union and family building, and funeral that honor the dead, mourn loss, and reinforce cultural belief about life and afterlife. So, what this one is trying to express is anything that has to do with life itself, from how someone is born, how the person lives his life, from one stage of life and even death, how the person transition, how the person is buried. So yeah, so this year is quite very wide. So how burial is being conducted. You know, burial differs from one community to another. The way community A are burying their people is different from the way other people are doing them. So all of this is to create awareness about all of these things. So I'm not saying you should just go and see people burying their person. I bet you. I want to snap this. Can you open it for let me snap, let me snap. No, don't do that. So we have to respect it. But if we are opportune to have access to it, they are also welcome. They are also welcome. I understand mentioning this now, people are beginning to be afraid. How will I sleep at night? This person is talking about that. No, it's not like that. It's not like that. You know, when we are growing up, what room is dark. We believe there is a karashika inside. We live in this inside. So once you are going into that dark room, you have to muscle up because the fear is not that. When you hear that somebody died in the next 2 houses, in fact, anybody that will send you around 6 o'clock to pass through that place, they'd rather kill you before you can be able to pass in front of that house. Because they believe that you can just rise and start pursuing you, stuff like that. So this is not like that. So I believe you understand this particular thing very well, clearly. So for those of us who are practitioners, also our own thing, we can just go to the theater, to the room and be snapping this and this. Why are you doing this? Eh? It was a mistake for me. Now, when my wife wanted to give birth, I would have done something like it. But no problem next time. If your wife wants to do it, not me again. If your if your wife can advise me, I will not like it. So all those things are part of the transition. Yeah, so submission in this area might capture the intimacy, symbolism, emotional presence in this masking. So it involves a lot of things. I'll just listen to your own imagination. Now, rituals are also central to African life, rooted in diverse faiths, traditions, and often deeply symbolic. Now, repeated across generations, they include practices such as prayers, pilgrimage, fasting, ritual sacrifices, offering, celebration of life stages, and uh, observances of significant religion holidays and celebration from Ramadan, Easter, Christmas, and traditional harvest festivals such as New Yam Festival celebration by the Igbo people. Now, this expression reflects not only spiritual devotions, but also shared moral and social values that build strong bonds within communities. So, with all of this, now, it is a very important highlight for us to see that what exactly are we looking at? What exactly are we looking at? So, in this Christmas, for the celebration, some of the things that is happening now, you'll see, in fact, it's actually things are beginning to make sense. You have the Muslim. So for those of them who will follow us online, I just want to make emphasis with them. So even some of them, during the fasting, especially from Muslim, you see some of them at the points within morning and evening. You see some of them are even wake to the point that they cannot come up. The fasting are beginning to show on them, read on them. So if you see somebody doing those things, it's a chance, you need camera. So, sit down. So the most important thing is your caption after this picture, right? So all of those things. And then during the Lent, we are also in the Lent period. You see some people will just go to church and then try to get the ash. Some people will finish the ash. There are people on queue, they just come and then plaster the whole thing and just try to finish the ash. So those ones, once they just finish, position the camera in front of the church as they are coming between cast. So when you come, you look at it, you look at it. All these are part of the rituals. They are rituals, whether we like it or not. They are rituals. These are spiritual rituals. So these are reflections of what the campaign is all about. So if you cannot see this one that is weak because of the fasting, you will come across those ones that will go and finish the cash from the church, and paint their face because they want to hold for that day alone. Because after Wednesday, on Thursday, they will go and continue their normal life. Then on Friday, they will go again and act normal people. After they collect Saturday to Wednesday. uh So on that particular moment, it's your chance. So all of these are part of it. So how many of us are Catholic? Nice one. Nice. So you invite me to the church, and then I'll just go in my camera. I'm telling you. No, are they done with Lent?
Yes, yeah. Only on Wednesday.
Only Wednesdays now. They will not observe again. They will not do Hajj again. Ah, yeah, Palm Sunday too is good. It's also oh, all those ones are ritual. Thank you. Will you buy me back? Yeah, Sundays too. All those things are spiritual rituals that we need to. And if you have the people who practice the African religion, you can also go there and do your own thing and then also. So this year's theme is not as narrow as the previous one. This one is very wide. That you will get enough content, enough images to. Now, let's look at the cultural rituals as well. So, these cultural rituals offers another window into the heritage and identity of African societies. These traditions may include vibrant performance of dance and masquerades, oral storytelling, coming of age festivals, and ceremonies tied to agriculture, hunting, fishing, or craft, like the Arugungu, for those who were able to go there. This is also their time. And for those who were able to travel during the festive period, and you get images of some masquerade, you can also, while you are uploading those images on the folklore, you are also uploading on the Wiki Loves Africa as well. So the dances as well of the people, traditional dance, is also part of this year's campaign. So I think for those of us who are part of this community, who are able to do our homework well, I think we should have almost enough images in our archives to upload. We should have a lot because of all of this. We have the masquerade. That's what is common to us around our region. The dance, the masquerade. We have all those one way they do it now. And then we also have the hunting. People still go to hunting, right? So if you have them, we can go fishing too. We have some streams or rivers around there where people still fish. Go to the river sometimes in the evening or in the morning. You still fish and fishing. Yes, but make sure you are going. Don't go and be singing Mami Water Power. All right. They also have crafts. People who are good with crafts, right? Weaving, also. All this knitting, things you use your hand to do, craft. So if you have access to those ones as well, they are part of it. So you can snap those ones and add images to all of this. And then we also have the everyday rituals. Now document our daily rituals such as brushing teeth. You know, some of us, if not for the coming of this old Maclean something, more potash and charcoal. As they brush, I think they black. So all of those things, which we stick, right? So all those things are part of our daily routine. So yeah, brushing of teeth, combing hair, all this batting. I don't want to make regular the snapping. Yes. For those of you that have hair, maybe that doesn't have a job is snap. If you that they're brushing it and all. So all those things are part of batting, jogging. People jogging in the morning, right? You move around in the morning, you see some of those ones. But there are some kind of ones I would like to be behind. I just be follow. No, don't ask me to explain. My hair. Me, I don't want to be behind those ones. Even if I want to overtake, my life will match. I just want to man doesn't follow me. So all those ones you can also find. Well, you just imagine us. That's not what I'm saying. Okay. We also have fetching of water, source of water. We have cooking, sweeping the compound at dawn, greeting elders, or trading in the market. So all of these are part of it. All of these are part of it. So we have a lot of it. So you cannot say you don't have access to. Is there anybody that's logging? How many of us are logging to this? Let me just you, me, these two devices. Just one. So they try to log out, but it doesn't log out. Okay. So let's move. Yeah. So we talk about our everyday rituals, which has to do with brushing of teeth, combing, bathing, jogging, fetching water, cooking, sweeping the compound, and greeting elders, or trading in the market. They seem ordinary, yet they are filled with culture, culture across Africa. This takes many forms, from Northern Africa from North African mint tea gathering and East African coffee ceremony to West African hair braiding and South African communal cooking. So in every region, we have different things we are known for. So this campaign actually single highlighted some of the things we do in West Africa. So we have unique way of making our hair, plaiting our hair in West Africa. So those ones that used to plait like this, that you see like this, are they doing it now? uh So those ones, they actually put the reflection of our culture here in West Africa. But even though the people that does it, it's not of us anyway. So we can also have that. So you can plant a good hair, snap it also. So it's all part of the daily rituals or everyday rituals. So and at the civic and national level, rituals take the form of collective act and symbolic that symbolize unity, memory, and pride. Independence Day parades, military ceremony, and civil traditions such as flag raising ceremonies or the singing of national anthem are a moment when people gather to express belonging under a shared identity. So for those of us who still have LEA around us, because this private school, they do national anthem. Yeah. Because, like, I don't know how those ones are. They do assembly. Yeah. Okay. So all those ones you can just go maybe during those moments of national anthem as well. So these are identity, identity with people. So with this one, you can take permission from somebody showing, okay, yeah, this I want to, you know, cover the way they do their national anthem. Even there, you say they sing now. You can also do it. If I sing the song we sang that time, rhyme side, awesome. So all of this are part of it, of the whole thing. So these rituals reveal the ways in which diverse communities come together as one nation through symbolic act of remembrance and solidarity. So any of this one is also welcome. Now, finally, art and culture festival serves as modern celebration of creativity while retaining deep ritual elements. Through music, dance, theater, masquerade, storytelling, visual art, and craft exhibition. Now, this gathering showcase cultural continuity and innovation while um, festive in nature. They also preserve symbolic costume, spiritual undertone, and seasonal or communal significance that link them back to the ritual traditions. So all of these are just way to highlight some of the things that we are looking for in this year's campaign, that's rights and ritual. Now in sport, right and ritual opens the competition to a wide range of submission that reflect human identity and community through life transition, spiritual practices, cultural traditions, civic expression, and artistic celebration. Now, they can be rooted in tradition, ceremonies, okay, contemporary interpretations, or a practice that is modern or identity or entirely new. It invites participants to document and share the ceremonies, both intimate and grand, that continue to shape the cultural heartbeat of Africa. So, whatever we'll be taking now is a reflection of who we are what we do as a people, especially from the region where we come. So, it showcases mostly about our identity and our beliefs. So this year's campaign is actually very wide. So if you think you don't have things that you need to snap, or you are confused about what you need to do, all you need to do is go to the Tyap Comedians user group and then find your way down through the campaign meta page proper. That is Wiki Loves Africa 26 with Tyap Community. So once you scroll down, you're going to see uh, you're going to see the instruction on how to participate. So carefully go through those instructions, read them carefully, and it's going to give you a clear understanding of all you need to do, all you need to do, what you need to snap, and how to snap them. So they're all there. So just study through it and then get basic understanding. Now, looking here, and these are some basic images about the things we just talked about. Some images about the things we just talked about. So if you look at these images, these are things that has to do with our culture, our tradition, our way of life, and our rituals as well. So these are examples of those kind of pictures that we need to snap. So you see, this one is it's another culture. It's a culture. Look at it here. So this one, those are people doing their own thing, but we are not you. So this one is marriage, right? Marriage. So this one, what is this one doing? Eh? It's checking on that. It's picking something. Depend on picking something. It's a way of life, daily routine, daily ritual. So maybe this person might be, what do I say, a hunter. Maybe pursuing something, something entered there. Water. Mhm. Well, so these are some of the basic things. Now look at this person here. This person is a tailor. Tailor here, doing her own daily things in her workplace. So you just snap this image and upload. Now this one is a masquerade during the festive period. Now this one is a hunter, and these are some of our budget, our local masquerade. Even though our own masquerade, their foot, their leg, they are outside. So this one, I wonder which one masquerade is. Then see this one now, it's Flores. It's somebody brushing his teeth or her teeth. So while you are doing that, you can snap as well and then upload. Then this one is canoe, maybe a fisherman. Yes. Ah, we went somewhere recently. And then look at this ones. Maybe it's a marriage tradition, a rite of passage. Okay. So it's a celebration of life, whatever it is. And then see this one's fetching water. Again, they are fetching water. And look at this person just sweeping their own thing. So everything is taken into account as far as this year's campaign is concerned. Yes, yes, it's part of crafts for me. No, no. What is gone is passed away or has passed away and was uploaded previously. It cannot be uploaded. It cannot be uploaded. Now look at this one, a very colorful festival. Yes. This one too is another daily activity. So this one is knitting something. Is knitting something. Yes. So, see this ones, beautiful dancers. They're dancing. Now see this one. So all of these are things that we can do. Now this one now is just a clear bush for me. Like if there's something special about this bush. What is it? It can be a native doctor, a shrine or something. But these are other things as well. But let's go and look at this one, making her hair, right? Making her hair. So this one is catching his fish. Yes, yes, yes. We mentioned it, yes. But remember, you can't just go and be snapping random people. You need to get permission from them. Or they will know that you're actually snapping them. We advise that. But if you have smart cameras like what we have now, never snap the person without knowing. Because with these cameras now, we have some mad crazy lens that if the person is in a right junction, you stand here and snap the person and then turn your face like nothing happened. Yes. So, yes, these are some of the things. This hand, this one is two hand, right? Weaving. So what of this one? Me, I know there's two hand in this too. I just want to be sure that you know these things, so that you will not come and be lying to us. All right. So these are some of the examples of images that you can do. I don't know what this one is doing, but just by the way. just by. So before we move into the computational rules proper, based on what we have said so far, please, before we proceed. Okay.
Loves Africa. What
Yes. I think the folklore has to do with our cultural tradition, our culture and our tradition, right? Basically, culture. That's what the folklore is talking about. While the Wiki Loves Africa now is talk about almost everything that has to do with the people around that region, what they do, how they do their activities they carry out on a daily basis. So that one is focused. So you cannot go now and be snapping your teeth and then be uploading because that one has to do with our culture or tradition, right? But this one has to do with our daily life, what we do and how we do them. So this one now has part of the folklore in it. Wiki Loves Africa has part of the folklore. So, but the folklore cannot incorporate this one completely into it. So that's a good question. So with this now, it means so the images we have folklore can actually we will be okay to have two categories. For the images we have on folklore, we have to do with dances, masquerade, and tradition. Are we going to have two? Because we are still uploading on commons on the. So is it right to say that we can have two categories, the one for folklore and the one for Wikiloves Africa on one image?
Formula different. So each of the upload folder, each of the main category of only one, not two. So if you are uploading one for both
At
one
yes.
the category for the other one.
No, calm down, calm down. Yeah, okay, ask.
I have a question. So I can still upload the one I uploaded in the Wiki option
Yeah.
to this. But
Okay.
I'm just
Yeah, let me explain in nursery school one class. So now, if you're uploading through the Wikiloves Africa, right? There is a place where this place here.
yes.
Once you click to this place, it will take you to the upload wizard. Now, as you are passing through this place, the category will be there automatically through this passage, right? Through this funnel. The category will be there automatically. You don't need to add category. But if you want the image to reflect on your Wikiloves folklore or Wikiloves Africa, you need to add that category manually. Yes, 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 yes. That's what I'm trying to say. So we have part of the Wikiloves folklore incorporated, embedded into the Wikiloves Africa. So our chances are now high. Our chances are now higher.
but since the previous
No,
that's
no, not in every image. The image that has to do with the theme, right and ritual, especially the masquerade part, the dancing part, and some of the
Not
no,
people
no, I won't say attires on this one. I won't say attires, but the dancing, the masquerade, these are some of the things that we.
That do the previous uploaded already. That one.
It means you can go back to those ones and add categories. So then they will reflect. But the problem is that the other one you have been uploaded before first of March. So it will not reflect. It will not come for you. So it's the one that you upload. They understand. They are looking for something. They want me to make mistake. So they will use my word against me. Yes, I know, I know. You cannot use it for this. You cannot use it
If you
for
have
this.
anyone you uploaded, you cannot
The category. I run. You understand?
yes.
Okay. Because the way you are looking at one place, it's either you are in that place or you are in no place at all. Oh, yeah.
Question, sir.
Yes.
You said that the award is going to be in many categories: local, national, international. So it means that so also when you are that you are sure. So candidates award you that do something.
Yes.
National award you that
Yes. If your images come at the
that
Top three. No, top three.
top five. Oh,
The top three will be the one to be given gifts. But but generally the top 10 will be sent. Because sometimes what is best locally might not be best internationally or nationally or internationally. And what is best nationally might not be best locally. So we'll just assume and then take the best 10 and then send it. But they will only recognize the first three. So we are coming to that. We'll explain. Yes. This one is I think this one is both popular and Wiki Loves Africa. Yes. Because it's part of tradition. Yes. Okay.
So I have to say that, for example, I snap a picture. This one,
Yes.
and it's a big screenshot get.
Can you say that again?
If I snap a picture with this one,
Yes.
then I transfer it to
It will show.
show
Yes,
that
it will show. Yes, it will show. It will show. So it must not be from your phone. You can even snap it with this camera and then move the image to your phone to show. Or you can collect her phone. Don't lose it. You go and snap and then you move it to your phone and upload it. So, any other question before we proceed? All right, so we are good. Now let's look at the rules. For us to be eligible to win any of this, let's look at what is expected of us. So we try to keep the competition clean and simple to participate. Now, there are only a few rules for photos to participate in the content. Let's quickly go through them. Every submission should be one, self-taking and self, meaning you should be the one to snap the picture and upload them. So you go and hunt for your own pictures, snap them and upload them. Right? That's number one rules. All right. Now, second, upload during March and April. So if you are uploaded before now or today, it will not count for you. Even if it appears to be the best, but it will not count. But you do not stick to the rules of the competition. Now, during the upload process, you are permitted with CC license by SA to use the image. Next to that, there are a few practical rules. Now, this one, you have to upload uh, those images under free license. Upload those images under free license so that anybody can have access to it. You should have an activated email address on Wikimedia Commons. So it means you must have an active email. In case your image got selected, you'll be contacted through the email. Are we following? Now, if the photo gets deleted by any reason, it is automatically disqualified from the competition. If the image got deleted by any reason, or for any reason, yes, there are images that do got uploaded, deleted. Images that no, now listen to it. If the image get deleted for any reason, there's what we call copyright. So if you go and snap a copyrighted property and upload it on Commons, at least it delete it. So that's a breach of the open source movement completely. So if by any reason that image is deleted, then it means you have lost that image have lost being counted, being selected for anything. This one is just to make set the rules straight. You are responsible for the following for following the law by taking image. Now, in March, you may upload as many pictures, old or new, as you want of the rites and rituals that you have documented. At the end of the second month, the national jury will evaluate the photos and select the best 10 pictures in Nigeria to submit to represent in the international finale. Now, the international jury will then announce international winners in December. Because this images, why it has to take this long, especially for the international one to come, because the proof of those images are plenty. And there's back and forth, trying to get the best, using the best judgment possible. Because everybody have interest. All communities, I cannot nominate Guakrab or Florence or Linda's or Kosaya picture and send there and then I will not touch light my eyes and be looking at how they are going to pass judgment on those pictures. So there's a lot of deliberation of images before they can pass. So that's why I usually do that. That's why I usually do that. Even though this one for me it seems a bit difficult, but notwithstanding because of the stages that this whole thing will pass. It will take like 1 month for the local organizers national. It will take almost like 2 months for the national to collect all communities, select, and then send it to the international where different countries or people. We're not just relying on the national price. We also have something small for our own people here in the community. And we are just going to look at them. So in the photography, the first prize will go home with 70,000 naira for this particular one. No, locally. Here, yes. Among us here now, among us here, howsoever the upload is, you must have best three pictures, right? So the first best one among us here will get 70,000. Then the second will get 50,000. Then the third best will get 30,000. And then if you are good in making videos, documenting about all of this, you can also win yourself 70,000 naira for that video. So the best video gets 70,000. Now moving on to the national prize, which is Nigeria now. So the national prize will have a photographic gadget voucher. This one they call it voucher, but it will land into your account, right? So just to support what you do. So for the national prize, the best one get 150,000. Then the second prize get 100. And the third prize get 50,000. So this one is for the national prize. And then we go to the international categories. We have the best price photograph is 1,000 US dollars. So $1,000 is almost equivalent to 1.5 million. So you see where the competition comes and everybody is interested. So if your image comes best in the international category, you win yourself a sum of 1,000, which is equivalent to 1.5 million that you can actually go to and buy. No, Fanta, 19.5. Yes, now you look for a tree. We are the tree, made it 3 day near road. So that as you arrange the Fanta drinking, people are passing inside Keke, they'll be seeing you. They'll be hailing you, senior one, comrade. So you buy Coke, no Fanta 19.5 and then buy, don't forget to buy Suya. Buy Suya 11.8. And then miracle, you come and be snapping your picture. I didn't show you be there now to snap the person picture. So, and then the second prize gets 900,000 for the international finale. $900, sorry. 900,000 is actually very small compared to now $900. That's serious. And then the top prize gets $700. And then we have what we call Wilson Oluoma's prize. How many of us know Wilson? For those of us who have joined the community before now, Linda should be. So Wilson is one of the leading convener or facilitator of Wiki Loves Africa here in Nigeria. So he passed. He's still rest in peace. He's actually a very good guy, a very nice one. So for him to be recognized for his good work that he has been doing, not just in Nigeria but in Africa, for this particular Wiki Loves Africa, he has been recognized in this. So there's Wilson Oloha's prize. These prizes are already determined by the international organizers. So the one to determine who get this prize. So that one, but it has to be part of the. It can be a community, right? It can be an individual. So they are the one to determine who is honored with this prize in memory of Wilson. So Wilson, there was a conference we had in Abuja 2024. So it was in that conference, sadly, that he passed. While we are there having during that conference, that was when he passed. And truth be told, all of us we felt, and even today, as I mentioned the name, so it wasn't a good experience. So he is being honored with this prize. So that one is $1,000. And we also have the media, which involve the video, the audio, the graphics, photo, essays, and whatever. So under this category, we have $700 for the best audio. And then narrative video, you have $1,000. And then we also have reportage video, $1,000. And then clip video, $200. So with all of this, these are some of the things that are all programs. So for those of us who are good with video editing or documentary or into any of this is also our chance. You can be a part of this and win big things. So judging criteria. Now the jury will determine the winners of the international contest taking into consideration the following criteria in no particular order. Technical quality, sharpness, use of light, perspective. Now, these are terms that have to do with photography. When we talk about sharpness, how sharp is the image? These are some of the things. The light, how do you snap the image? Is the light bright enough? The brighter the light, the sharper the image, right? And also,
Perspectives.
yes, perspective also. That's that can be location driven, location, your intentionality about the image. Do you just because even me, as I'm not a professional photographer. If I see an image that is taken casually, I will know. And you know, the juries of this one are professional photographers, international photographers, professionals. So when they see things that are intentional, of high quality, they know. They know. So these are some of the things that we also look at. We also look at the originality of the image. Originality of the image. So how original is the image? Are the image something you take from somebody, maybe from social media, when you just upload it here? They'll look at it as well. Is it original? It is freshly taken. They will know. So all of these things can be detailed. Even from me here locally, there's a way I can find out how original these things are. And then they also look at the usefulness of the image on Wikipedia. So these are some of the criteria. That image you snap, how useful can it be to a Wikipedia? Can this image be used for any Wikipedia article? So these are some of the things that will be checked. Right? Now, images that reach a top ranking of the international film will typically at least fulfill the technical criteria of the picture image process at Wikimedia Commons. But feel free to submit any image and let the jury be concerned if they are good enough. So the fact that all of these will form part of the criteria does not mean you should pull back because you feel less confident in the whole company. No, you are not the one to say whether your own image is good. Leave it to the juries. You'll be the one to determine that. Your own is just snap the best you can, right? The best you can, snap it and upload it there. Any other thing to the juries. Because even we here, we have a whole lot of work to do. We also have local juries because by the time the images start coming, there's a lot of work for the juries to do. So leave that to the juries will determine that. After all, we have software that actually make this whole work easy for us. So we also look at all of that. So these are some of the images from the Wiki Loves Africa 2025 in the Tyap community last year. That was one last year. These are some of them. So this is oranges. This is the pepper, back of bell pepper. Is that all? I thought it's bell pepper. So this one is ginger. Sorry, beans. No, I call it ginger. That's how we call it now in India. Ginger. Yes. So these are some of the things because last year's theme is farm to plate. Those always participated, farm to plate. So, but this year's one is rights and ritual. So you see, the theme keep changing. The theme keep
Okay, you
changing.
can't put something like
No, no. This one is not part of it. This one has to do with ginger. Unless if you have prepared the food, you have prepared it.
okay, ritual like
For this year's theme, it is not. We are talking about rights and rituals, not about farm to plates anymore. That one is daily activities, daily life. Yes, daily life, daily activities. So don't just go and focus on the fruits. Focus on what the people are doing. So that's the most important people itself, right? So this one now is just items. So uh, Oh, okay. Yeah, it's not nobody there. Okay. So, from what we have been saying, any questions so far?
The other question,
Yeah.
just say flash question, you just let me know.
Okay.
For the upcoming events for March and April, can they still come? Cultural events,
Yes.
guess who comes under this?
Yes. 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 As far as whatsoever you do is between March 1st and April 30th, it counts.
No communications never come.
Eh?
Communications will
Yeah. But will they catch up? Yeah, they will catch up before the end of April.
The armed community.
Yes. Yes. Tukam is coming up. Tukam is coming up.
When is it going to
You
be?
think that you think that
That's
will-
the
So, any question? So, before we just take the brief way to upload for those of us who don't know how to upload. No question, right? So, if I send a clap for me now, you will say this guy. I didn't ask you. Thank you. All right. So, let me just pass the mic to come by so that he will take us through the practical aspect. How to- Yeah. So
Say,
now all of us. No food. I'm even. That's why. Let me just use this now to follow up.
so while we wait for the
Oh boy, talking not easy.
yes.
All right. So thank you. This one is. It's not sharing.
Okay. Hello. Okay, so welcome again, once again, to the opening session.
Thank you
So
so
if
much.
we look, so if you look at the image, there's just an adjustment on the home page. This very home image, because at least every image that should be on this very page should present our community. Well. If you look down here, everything here that is from the very top to the very bottom, our images are not here. So these are foreigners, and it's not supposed to be. But, let's just maintain it for now. But then we just have this one as going at least they will enable us to. Uh, so if you look at this one also, we have our record right here. So even after this very program, we can still be able to click and watch how to upload. And then this is where you upload your image. Once you click on upload your photos, that takes you directly to very common page for upload. But then we don't have a local category for this very campaign, unlike the Wiki Loves Folklore. So this one is just linking directly to. I think this thing has not been able yet, maybe because we are not yet entered into the campaign to work, but they are controlling it over from the other side, not from us here. But that's what once this category started.
Is this what different from the Wiki Loves Africa that we just reached now? Why you have different from this one is Wiki Love Folklore. This one is Wiki Love Africa. So I thought Wiki Loves Africa is one of the same thing.
Uh, this Wiki Loves Africa is mainly for Africa, and then people from the Caribbean, from African descent, they also from Haiti, they also participate in the Wiki Loves Africa. But Wiki Loves Folklore is all over the world. All over the world. So most of the people who are doing Wiki Loves Folklore, most of them are from around Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines. Uh, Wiki Loves Africa is yeah. So this very campaign, we have to add our own category, manually. That's our community category. Right. So for us to know the category, you can just come over to this very place. Once you go down to the statistics, when you see the statistics, either you click statistics or you click the number, you're going to go to the category page. Just copy it before you start, or maybe you just copy it and then you paste it somewhere before you start to make your upload. Or you can even write a group of categories, like if that image that you want to upload is also qualified for Wikilove's folklore, then so I don't know how you are going to do it because whether you do it here, but advice simply from here, Wikilove's Africa, because this one will add all the necessary categories that connect it to other Wikilove's Africa. And therefore, Wikilove's folklore, once you just copy the category and add here, it's going to run. But if you are to just copy this, you need to add some other categories behind it. It's a bit labor. It's a labor to do that. Just do it for Wikilove's Africa for them. Then you add the food category to but not every image. Not, not everyone. It has to rank the theme of the year. So this one, even if I don't write down it, because the whole settings supposed to start from tomorrow, not today. So maybe when you copy the link, you can just go like I'll just paste this one on commons on the page category right here. When you are uploading, you don't need to add category and the column. You just from images for Wikiloc, images for Wikiloc and add comments, and then if you are typing this one manually, you have to remember that the community setting is small letter. By the time you make it capital letter, it won't. So you see that will be exactly as it is. And if you spell the I in capital letter, T with the capital letter, more. You have to exact as you have it right. So that one is for the category. So by the time we start to upload our images, all the categories are going to be here. Um, so we are back again. So we use this funnel to upload one image so that we know how to upload images. I think all of us are familiar with uploading images, apart from I don't know if Uzalek has uploaded before, but I think it is forgotten. And what's that? No, No, me, I don't know how to pronounce native name. What's your native name? You don't have native name. Which language do you speak? Nah. Which native name? Native language do you speak? And which native language? Which eh? For me, which place? What is the name of the village? Sanga, Mbang, Mbang. Mbang is spoken. Eh? Okay, Nandu. Nandu is not a new small language. No. It's spoken even in natural state. Nandu people before they used to wear earrings uh, like this, uh, like according to the documentation that Simi made in 1905. Once you see somebody from Nandu area, you know, before they used to eat human being. Yes. Wow. Many people around this region they eat human beings except the actually unfortunately they see human being before. Yeah? No, they don't eat human being. But Ghana already Sanga area down to Bauchi, so before that, down to Port Harcourt. It's a very long distance above most around this region. But later on, because of becoming white people and so everybody now is no human flesh. Many people, even in Papua New Guinea up to now, up to now, and even Abia State, that's why it's, that's the reason why those Caribbean traders that time they don't travel around this region. If they have to travel around this region, they have to be very careful with arrows. It's something that is very old. It's an old tradition. So people it's difficult to stop. And some other ones, even around here in Kaminata itself, I think some some people do for ritual sake, not for culture. Mm. So Nandu is a is a is a southwest Plateau language and it's related to the pure Islam. You can understand it. Even if you don't even know the language, that's the problem. Yes. No, these are here. The distance is not so much. Your language sounds is very close to your own language. Yeah, it's a bit close. You may not understand yourself very well, but the words are more common compared to our own side. Um, our own side is shared more commonality with the languages around Plato. Even here myself is still sharing the different proportions. Some will be up to 50%, some 40%, some 30%, some 80%, some 70%. It depends. So you don't have a Nando name. Eh? I didn't hear very well. Mbang, Mbang, Mbaka, Mbang, Mbang, Mbang.
Spell it.
Spell
Spell it. She had never written it.
So you don't understand the language. Which language do you speak? Eh? Which language do you speak at home?
Speak English or Hausa.
Mm, Now, so you from once you are with us here, you have to learn a language. Uh, So you have to learn how to speak Nandu. I have cousins that are also your people are fine in general. Only Namibian. Godo Godo. You are not familiar with the
See, the local, like the local government.
yes.
Wasi, Wasan,
Wamba, around Jagindi,
Wasan,
Wasa
Wasan
Station,
Station. That's like local government.
around that river, that we have been there.
How do you know from my childhood going to the Saka local government? I went for an assignment.
I have cousins, their father is from your side, but they speak here. No, the mother is from they speak Shoni. So the, the thing is, most people who speak just there, they hardly, in fact, the influence of Hausa language is very strong around that. And so the effect is that you begin to hate what you are, and then you begin to embrace what you are not. And then it becomes normal. That's the state she is in right now. Yes. So if you hear language, that one is something that doesn't belong to you, isn't it? That's the way you see it. It's something that is, yes, that's the way it looks, but you have to consciously begin to move towards your own language. So that means by the time you now begin to give birth to children, now all your children begin to speak outside. No, but it's still very far away. The children will begin to speak outside. It's so that no, no, no. That's a terrible state actually that most homes are in currently, and more people are diving into it. Yes. They could be from history, or they could be from that, I don't know. The way they speak, they use a lot of and they speak in what the name of any other person. Because tarot, in the normal tarot, people are more see of people. Like when it's tarot, no, monogamy is different. But tarot, and most of them are yellow like most of them are like yes, you hardly see that person, and they have other teeth. Although except people who live around that place. Ah,
This
this Lagos Africa, this could be folk laws. This is still folk Africa. It's generalized.
what I couldn't say
No, that's not for yes. You can just look for photos. Yes.
and even this one, I could not see the time that they were doing the process. It's quite
This one is also building anyone that you as the spirit move. So, okay, so the reason why I was asking is so that you begin to use your native name. But they call it by your native name at home or by your outside name.
Outside.
English name. Both of them are not safe. You're neither an English or outside person. By the time you go down south, that's where your challenge will start. That's where your challenge will start. Even with your native language, even there. To make it worse, you begin to be called it outside. Outside people are not bad, but that's not your identity. What you are not, you are not. So it's an encouragement. It's something that is psychological actually. Yeah. What you are is your own language. Your language, when you lose it, you have lost everything totally. Uh, so let me be a preacher. Taking too much time. Now, who will they go to example? You will talk to get the strength. And so, Lika, you are the next person. Oh, I don't really know because
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't forget his name.
Don't forget to mention. So you are giving him. No, you are offering him.
Yes.
Yeah, she knows him.
Uh,
She will show that she will refuse to know it. She will refuse to know it.
I've been at that name.
It was agreed between people. We never to be new. Sending names, I don't
Okay, select one name. There's one, Zana.
Zana. Meaning,
Yes, Zana gift
meaning,
or sacrifice.
gifts.
And sacrifice, if you choose to look at it
No,
from
sacrifice.
divine way.
No, la bonne offering. They say it's
And
an
offering, offering is not the same thing. A gift is an offering. An offering is a sacrifice. And so that, no, Zana is a gift.
was a nice good name.
That's what. Then was ahead.
These are the names you want to
Your
share.
job is good. Then there's another one. If you choose for side,
No, you look at me, not look at that. Joy.
joy. Oh, the other one we na just name o. If you speak for years, but the meaning is tough. Don't get us repeat. Swanta.
Santa.
Yes. Both male and female. Mhm. So which one you go choose? So when you just write your name, Linda like this. When Linda said no, you be snake.
not be very listening.
Talk. Serpent.
No, no, that's the belief everybody's here. Names are not even, they are too obvious.
I know that one. No. The literal meaning is serpent, but it has other meanings to it. But no matter how you take that, which you have to explain the first, so the person to understand. Just like if you answer the name of food, the literal meaning is in a body massage. I wish you that, but somebody will have to explain to you that no, the reason why he is giving the name is because maybe we should try to kill him. That's that's why they give him name, which not be say na him. But the Linda said, you know what I mean, German division. But then our own name should do the first. Then any other name we do, and then the other one. Like for instance, when he came over here, he did all his children, they were born here, all of them their names. But no matter how the their names would be second names, their own Dutch names or German names would usually be number one, and then the other one, and then the surname, the name. the Zaza, you have many hands. What is your native? Which language do you speak? You are not bothered by tribe. There's nothing like tribe. Every group is Oju. You are, I'm not seeing you wearing bante. I'm not seeing you carrying shouting in the bush. Let me show you tribe people. You say you have a tribe. You see me? Yeah, yeah. You see tribe people. Yeah. So this my brother is a wonderful. Wait for so she tries to. That's good. For Firefox. Yeah, different. So if you're from Islam, welcome to I'm not seeing your building. Where your building? So this is tribe. If you see a tribe, this is the way you are supposed to do. You understand now? If you are going to present yourself from so and so ethnic group and I speak so and so language, not tribe. When the white people came, the British people came, they started labeling us because they look us. We were dressing like this when they came. Some of us were not even wearing it. When they came,
My God, how we did that.
at that time, they were correct. But now, things don't change. We too don't level up. Me no be like say we see the carry people now. So now we know use the word side. So produce they are not speaking for you yet as a language. The which no the first one before the language by ethnicity. So if you go to America now you see ethnicity, that one will be your color, your skin color. But if you come to Nigeria here, all of us now is starting. So we don't our ethnicity is based on our ethnic group, on our language. So you are measured by ethnicity. But in America, you are an you are an African American, you are an African. You are not an African American. You are an African by ethnicity. Then you are a white by ethnicity. If you are white, then like, you are a Latino. If you are speaking Spanish, then those are the only ethnicities. So, and, yeah, what's the native? You don't have native also that now what we okay, Lydia. Some father and mother will give all their children name J, like one of my uncles, his name is Joseph. So one of his children is Joseph. One of okay, is this is this Sam? I know say Sam. I know say Sam. That one is Sam. Miracle. That's a receipt. Kakada. Dessert. Dessert. Okay, you don't say Kuna. Okay, it's this one. And the same thing, Kuna is either mercy, but it's not really mercy. You have to say form Kuna. Form Kuna. But the act of the feeling itself is the Kuna. That's the compassion. Zana again. What? We get Zana square, Z square. Then, yes, this one. This one. In fact, this one. This one. Can you, that the actual pronunciation, this one. Can you, this one. This one, this one. That one is becoming English. So, can you, they call it Mbam. Mbam. I don't want to give you microphone so that you pronounce it. They will write the spelling for you. So you know how to pronounce and write the name very well. You don't have to go and ask. Come and say it in my ear so that I hear very well. Don't worry. It's any. I mean, uh, yes, yes, but you have to edit it. And you upload it. How you spell it is M and T. Mbang, mbang. I pronounce it very well. No be say you know what I mean. I just pronounce it very well. If you hear T name, she's just looking at you. She'll just say, "For her mind, this one." By the time you get to hear TV news, and the way they are calling it, they don't even look your face and pronounce their name with pride. I mean, you see TV, you see Doma. They don't care how you even say anything. Pronounce your name. If you say you know Sabi pronounce the name, go and sleep. They don't get any other name to give you. Uh-huh. One more time. Ngba, ngba. See this spelling now. And you don't know how that sound, that empty sound. When they write it like this. I mean, spelling. Ngba, 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 ngba. And that spelling. Pronouncing it again. Ngba, ngba. There's one can name but I know I have one called one is I did this but yes. So this one is like this. But this one just but this one is this is you just need the see what means like this. My person name normal way and you call the name with right. A person name and if you want to make a guy name, see guy name here. Wax. This one are just small meaning in that way. This one will short, this one will long, this one are just even short one. If you hear one of that name, like this man we study grammar for National Assembly that time when they learn yeah. You don't see the name before now. I guess how what is sound and over your book. Your book. Compare that one with Sugar. Remember no service if you hear some Vietnamese music, the way it sounds, you will say, praise God. Hallelujah. So, she only has the name. If you write the name, if not I pronounce it, you won't be able to pronounce it. You'll be like, how do I pronounce this name? Abi? But if they pronounce it, you hear that it's very easy to pronounce. So I think all of us are getting to learn, even the people who know the material. This one, this one, no, I use the messy. Then I zoom in this one. No, it's D underscore Z. Right.
Once I make money,
Yeah.
I will change my driver name.
This one.
No.
Then see your name. You know, this I just have to write down. You get one. One of the okay, this one are the greeting. You don't even sabi read for you for TV. How do you like this one? Yeah. S Nishu. Nishu. I don't join team group before. I don't join team group before. All their spellings, and they put it in school. You will now. Yes.
Are you sure? If that's how it is, then this Shima too should be she.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just.
You did a lesson in Chiu language. I don't know open up for you.
Shiva is converted to Shiva.
What is the doing say?
Shiva is
Shimana to give.
Shiva is just
Shima is to give or to give.
no.
What is
I feel Shiva is
heart?
yes.
Okay.
The mind.
That's so. Point. Okay. Okay, like just to do like this. Shima. Abi, Shima. Calm down, mind. Calm down. Comfort with that. That's the idea. But what if you do inside for me? Oh, Doga. Oh. Okay, check this
You will teach him. You will teach him and you will come on it. Get up.
Okay, Jay. Okay,
Bakar.
now we find now we go out.
Kaç ay yapacak? You can go.
I want this for some. One to see with some. 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 I want dance this song like English song.
Yes, let's eat. If you see two meat, please return one. If you don't see at all, congratulations. I can see how it. Florence, there's iron spoon inside. Please bring it for me. Bring two. Oh, I know. So much ones. What's that? Not then. JDB. Okay, let's add this one. Yeah. are you adding this? Like this one, I know you added this. They, ah,
It's from the partners. There's a partners template.
yeah.
Uh, See, when the Ugondo, Ugondo, native name, Ugondo. You don't hear that name before. One of
This
my
one,
cousins.
Kaduna girl. This one,
She na PSU.
no, this one is fair. Kazaba Chad. Kusuranke. No, don't say what you want to say. Don't say that thing you want to say.
Don ka nika kuyi ma za
No, this has been.
But basically,
But there are people who are more closer to the Hausa people than the Oyo people are. There are people who have been with Hausa people for at least 300 years together.
It doesn't
Mm. So even inside the Hausa community, some of them their mothers are Tyap women. So some of those transit driver you see are covered the area. Some of them you like insult them in their house bed. They understand, they will reply you sometimes because their mothers they speak the language in the Hausa community. But basically, because of the interaction, most of them now adopted Hausa names, even the Hausa language. But the speed at which it is going now is as a result of Christianity. Christianity. Because when the Christianity came, it came in Hausa language. So that's where the problem, the foundation of the problem, current problem. And also, you know that when the Hausa or when the colonialists came, when you open TV, it's in Hausa. You read, read newspaper, it's the Hausa language. You go to school, Hausa language. So ordinarily your mind will be channeled that or will be adjusted that Hausa is a supreme language. That's the normal thing in human society. So it's not only common around this area, it's all over the world. So by the time you now begin to have a situation where people have more information, uh, that no, it's not about, uh, in fact, your own language is even more supreme than any other one. Like Aku, if Ochidoma or Totif wants to speak now, they'll speak in their language, and the translator will translate to English. Not that they don't know English, they are going to school more than you. They know. In fact, they are even if they even open their mouth, they even talk some grammar wey you don't even understand for English because they born them for colonial master period where they speak correct English that time. But if they open their mouth to speak, they'll speak in their language only. And if you like, understand, translator will translate for you. That's the way it's supposed to. Like if you will see Vladimir Putin when he's having a meeting with any people like this, not that he doesn't know English, oh, not that he doesn't know German, no, not that he doesn't even know French. But when he sits down like this, so long as he's inside Russia, he will speak a Russian language. Translator will translate if it is inside Russia. If he goes elsewhere, he can speak English, he can speak German, he can speak French. But so long as he's home, that's the norm. So that's the way it's supposed to be. But us, the way we are taking it is like if you speak your own language, you are now a local person, which is really not. So it's like
So
that.
part of this Wiki Media has come to our peace right now, and I think the approach of very important.
Even before the white people came.
The kind of person I am, people they are not go let in the
They will not
You
understand.
don't understand what they're doing. Some questions about the language and all of that. You say, I don't know what's my head or the letting you did it their language.
The thing is people will they define job. But you will if they use language now you get job. Like there are some people like translation in many languages now. They are looking for translators like Matt, this AI translation. Now if somebody doesn't have knowledge about those languages, how do you deal with it? You can't.